You've carried the weight long enough. But ask yourself, has guilt made you wiser or just worn out? We're surrounded by reminders of our imperfections. Every slip, every failure replays in our heads like a broken record. You think you're being reflective, but in truth, you're just reopening wounds. The Stoics knew this pattern. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, once scribbled a line in his private journal. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Not for applause, not for show. For himself. That's the heart of Stoicism, clear, immediate, and rooted in action. Not regret. Still, many of us drag invisible shackles of guilt through every day. Replaying scenes, regretting decisions, punishing ourselves for things done, or left undone. But according to Stoic thought, guilt is only valuable if it sparks transformation. Beyond that, it turns into self-sabotage. Today, we're diving deep into how to break free from that guilt. Not with surface-level tips, but with enduring Stoic wisdom that resonates even after 2,000 years. First, guilt isn't virtue. It's distraction. Seneca said, "A guilty person cannot be a free person." And he was right. Guilt pretends it's noble. We tell ourselves that wallowing in it proves we care, that we're taking moral responsibility. But there's a stark contrast between holding yourself accountable and emotionally chaining yourself to what can't be undone. Stoicism doesn't demand emotional scars as evidence of learning. It demands clarity. It urges you to sift through the noise, get to the truth, and move forward with purpose. Guilt should be a signal, nothing more. It alerts you that something went wrong, and then it should bow out. But instead, we let it hover like a ghost, haunting our thoughts, repeating old pain, as if enough suffering might earn us peace. But it won't. Suffering doesn't fix the past. Understanding does. Reflection does. Growth does. The power lies in moving forward with awareness. That's real resilience. Second, the past is a reference, not a residence. Every one of us has stumbled. Some memories loop endlessly, dragging us back with what-ifs and if-onlys. But here's a Stoic insight. The past isn't yours to change, but the story you tell yourself about it is. Epictetus wrote, "Events don't hurt us. It's our judgment that does." That guilt you're gripping? It's not from the event. It's from the interpretation you've attached to it. So what if, instead of using your past like a club, you used it like a compass? What if every failure, every heartbreak, every misjudgment was a hidden lesson? But if your eyes stay glued to the closed door, you'll miss the one quietly opening nearby. You're not meant to erase your history. You're meant to learn from it. Let it inform your awareness. Let it sharpen your decisions. Let it remind you, who you are now is not who you were then. Growth is real. And in that growth lies the power to transform self-blame into self-respect. Third, take responsibility, but leave the self-torture behind. Yes, own your actions. That's Stoic through and through. But self-punishment disguised as virtue? That's just pain recycling pain. You weren't born to be your own executioner. You're meant to be your own mentor, someone who sees clearly, speaks truthfully, but always with the intention to evolve, not crumble. Marcus Aurelius never said, "Keep beating yourself up until you feel redeemed." He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And that includes the strength to stop rewatching mental movies of mistakes that can teach you nothing new. Accountability doesn't require cruelty. You can face your choices without destroying your spirit. So sit with what happened. Learn from it. And here's the hard part, then let it go. Carry the lesson, not the shame. Fourth, rewire your inner monologue. The most important conversations you'll ever have are the ones no one else hears. That quiet voice in your head, it decides whether you move forward or sink deeper. Whether you take action or spiral into paralysis. Whether you grow or stay stuck in shame. Most people don't even notice the damage their inner voice is doing. Each time they mess up, they don't just acknowledge the mistake, they become it. "I failed" turns into, "I'm a failure." And that's emotional self-harm, not accountability. Stoicism hands you a better lens. When Marcus penned his Meditations, he wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was correcting his own thinking, shaping his mind in private. Not to be flawless, but to stay aligned with his values. You can do the same. Start tuning into your self-talk. Are your words lifting you or tearing you down? Talk to yourself like someone worth helping, because you are. 5th, forged purpose from pain. The Stoics never told us to sidestep suffering. They urged us to transmute it, to turn it into strength, into meaning, into wisdom. Like a blade forged in fire. Maybe you've faced regret, guilt, even deep shame. But what if all of it served a purpose? What if your journey through that darkness was the exact preparation needed to guide someone else through their own? The Stoics believed we are all connected. Our choices ripple outward. And when we rise from the ashes quietly, without drama, we embody true grace, tempered, grounded, compassionate. That's how you leave a mark. That's how you build a legacy. So don't bury your scars. Don't hide your wounds. Let them tell the story, not of pain, but of transformation. You weren't meant to stay down. You were built to rise. And lead, maybe not with speeches, but through quiet strength. 6th, embrace the fact that you're unfinished, and that's okay. We hold ourselves to impossible standards. Never mess up. Always get it right. Say the perfect thing. But Stoicism doesn't demand flawlessness. It calls for effort. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't waste time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And that means showing up even when you're flawed. Learning, even after failing. Progress is messy. Growth is nonlinear. Self-blame sneaks in when we confuse our old selves with our current potential. But you're not your past. You're the choices you make now. Every step forward, no matter how tiny, is rebellion against shame. So instead of flogging yourself for not having all the answers, honor the process. Growth isn't instant. Mistakes are part of it. What matters is that you keep showing up. Keep choosing to improve. That's what the Stoics would admire most. Not perfection, but perseverance. Remember, letting go of guilt isn't about dismissing your past. It's about shaking off the weight of perfectionism. The Stoics teach us that power lies not in never falling, but in how we rise after we do. So take these principles and step forward, not weighed down, but lifted up, with direction, with intention, and with strength. If today's message struck a chord, tap that like button and share your perspective in the comments below. How are you using Stoic wisdom to break free from guilt? If you're new, make sure to subscribe to raise up for more insights on personal growth and timeless philosophy. You're on a journey, and with each step, you're getting stronger. Keep moving forward.